That's all I know. What is up? I do not know TNT. How's it going, guys? Heyo. Man, we got quite a few people in here. I do listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers somewhat. They're not like a band I listen to all the time, but I do really enjoy Red Hot Chili Peppers. So yeah, I've listened to all their albums actually. Oh no, you got to beef up that count, man. I was hoping to work on mine a lot this year, but I don't think that'll happen. So I was supposed to be getting a lot of new ones, like at least 30 more. Do I listen to Bruce Springsteen? Not really. I mean, he has some good songs, but not really the kind of music I just want to listen to a lot, you know? But I mean, he's very good. I've listened to a couple of his albums, you know? Very good songwriter. Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm not taking requests because I barely know any songs. I wish I knew some Soilwork songs or riffs, but I don't think I really know any Soilwork riffs. Mainly, I haven't learned a lot of their stuff because they play in like crazy low drop tunings a lot, and sometimes even on 7-string guitars. I don't have a 7-string, and I don't play anything close to the tuning that they play in, really. So I don't really know much or any. I've tried to learn some Soilwork riffs. Like, I know the Chain Heart Machine, if you know the song The Chain Heart Machine from the album of the same name. I know the lead line in the chorus is something like, wait. Okay, see, I don't even remember it. Yeah, I can't even remember that. So got my espresso here. I just made some really strong espresso. I had to sweeten it. I had to put some sugar and half in there because it really strong. So it was very bitter. Now it's all right. It's still not that great to be honest, but hey, what's up? Now, Jay, I do know a couple In Flames riffs. Hey, Chris, what's up? I'm drinking espresso. Yeah, pretty much this whole thing is full too. I just made some really strong espresso. I'll be able to sleep tonight. But yeah, I'm crazy like that, I guess. Really strong. Didn't mean to make it that strong. I didn't think I made it that strong, but it's pretty bitter, so I had to sweeten it. Yeah, there's been all kinds of spammers. It's not just us. Pretty much everybody's been getting spammed with these bots. So you'd be staring at the ceiling. Oh man. The dueling dragons in China look really cool. They look like really cool, fun rides. Yeah. I would like to ride them when they're actually dueling, if I ever rode them. Roller Coaster Tycoon, nice. Nice. Coffee Daddy. But yeah, that In Flames riff that I know how to play. That is oh, of course I hope to ride a DC Rivals Hypercoaster. Oh, I just saw a little bit ago, Candemonium is testing. The testing footage for Candemonium, it's hauling, and I know, in a lot of POVs, or not POVs, a lot of test footage videos, um, they'll be hauling, and maybe there will be some trims or something that'll slow it down. I hope not, but there likely will be. But Candemonium is hauling in that test footage, and there's a little speed bump like on the return run before you get like to that helix and stuff. And that speed hill looks amazing. I mean, it flies over that thing. Candemonium is looking really good. So it's looking nice and sweet, if I don't say so myself. But Gemini is gonna become a GCI. I'll tell you what, people are asking if I think Gemini will be removed. I know I've kind of alluded to that in my videos and stuff. And to be quite frank, I think it'll be one of the next coasters to go. I love Gemini. I think it's underrated. Um, but from what I've heard, it almost got removed in the past. And I it's been around for a long time. It's on a prime piece of land. It's just not racing as much as it used to. I've heard some things about some of the control panels and stuff like that, like, or things along those lines, like not being up to par, and that they're going to have to get rid of it soon. I've heard all kinds of things. I don't know how true they are. I do think Gemini will unfortunately uh, be one of the next coasters to go at Cedar Point. I don't know if it'll be the next one. I think maybe Wicked Twister will be moved before Gemini. If it was up to me, I would take out Corkscrew and Mine Ride next. I would take those out and replace Mine Ride with either like a GCI or a really good modern family coaster, or maybe the GCI would be a good family coaster. Um, if it was up to me, Corkscrew, be replaced by something like Hang Time or something like that. But I do think Gemini will, unfortunately. I see Chris in the comments. He loves Gemini. And I do too. I know it's a really nostalgic ride for him. Um, and it was one of my first big coasters, and I love that ride, honestly. I don't want to see it go. I think it could go within the next like 5 years, though. To be honest, I do know the band Enterprise Earth. I've listened to one of their albums, and it was really freaking good. So, really good band. How is Wicked Twister still at Cedar Point? I don't know. How did Cedar Point even end up with that ride? Like, it just doesn't belong at Cedar Point. And I mean, I say that as a fan of the ride. I enjoy Wicked Twister. I actually enjoy it quite a bit, and it's really intense, fun. Really, it's one of the more scary coasters there, to be honest. It's a little intimidating, actually, even still to me. I think it's a fine ride, a good supporting coaster. It'd be great at so many other parks, but at a park like Cedar Point and Great America and Magic Mountain, those kinds of parks, a ride like an Impulse just doesn't really do anything. Let's see. If Cedar Point got rid of corkscrew, do you think they would keep the corkscrew element like Alton Towers? That's interesting. I mean, I think it'd be cool if they kept the corkscrews in place there. I don't necessarily think they would do that though. I don't know if Cedar Point would do something like that. I wouldn't be bummed if they just completely removed it and didn't keep the corkscrews there, but if they did, that'd be awesome. Everybody loves taking that picture. It'd be awesome if they kept the corkscrews there and actually like permanently mounted one of the trains onto the corkscrew. That would be really cool, actually. I I would want them to do that. Actually, keep one of the trains on the if they could do that safely, that would be awesome. But Rings of Earth. Um. Oh wait. Stanford Bird says, "Do you have a sentimental favorite coaster that no one else would probably get?" Um. There's not okay. There's not one that immediately comes to mind, but trying to think. Favorite sentimental coaster that no one else would understand. Not really. I mean, I'm really sentimental about Big Dipper, but I think a lot of people feel the same. That's not really um yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to you if I think of anything. I don't think there's anything really controversial for me in terms of that. Now, another park that has the corkscrews still sitting there from an old coaster is Holiday Park in Germany, the park with Expedition G-Force. They have an old Vekoma as well, a Vekoma MK 1200 coaster or whatever that has the corkscrew over the midway as well. I think there may be one other park that kept a corkscrew like that, possibly, but I can't think of what it is right now. Let me know if you know which one it is, besides Alton Towers and Holiday Park. It was called Tornado. Okay. Now, Rings of Earth says, was Wicked Twister filler for Top Thrill Dragster? It was added the year before Top Thrill. Yeah, that was during the crazy period where Cedar Point was, they were exclusively adding Intamin coasters. And within 7 years, they got 4 coasters, and they were all pretty good or pretty, they were all pretty big Intamins. They're all good rides, too. Millennium Force, Wicked Twister, Top Thrill Dragster, and Maverick, all within 7 years. Do I think Wicked Twister was filler? I think maybe it was filler just to kind of fulfill a contract, maybe because they got so many Intamins. I think they probably had a contract with Intamin to get a bunch of coasters. Um, but I don't think it was filler for Top Thrill Dragster necessarily because, I mean, Millennium opened in 2000. They could have went from 2000 to 2003. I mean, they would have been just fine. Those were two humongous additions. They both were world record breaking coasters. I mean, huge for the industry. So, oh yeah, Max Thrills. I seen that in a video. They pointed that out. I think one of Coaster Studios' recent reviews for Nasu Highland, Max Thrills said that Nasu Highland just kept the whole corkscrew ride, and I love that. It's like, we don't feel like doing anything with it. Just leave it there. It's a tribute. We'll pay tribute to the ride by keeping the ride there, but just not operating it. Like that's kind of funny. But you're right. Yeah. Hey, thank you, RC Cola. And by the way, um, you can find the link on my Facebook page, my YouTube community tab, and on my YouTube page. Actually, I put the link there as well. RC Cola made a Discord server. I know a few people asked about a Discord. I didn't want to set one up myself because I didn't want to take on too much. So a few people requested one though. So I said, go ahead if you want. You can make a Coaster Daddy fan server. So it's not officially run by me, and I might not be on there a whole lot, but I'll try to get on there as much as I can to chat with you guys and whatnot. But if you guys want to join the Coaster Daddy fan Discord server, you can find the link to that on my YouTube channel, on Facebook, and in the community tab as well. I made a post today, so check it out if you're interested. I'm sure it'll be fun. We can just chat about whatever over there. Maybe even potentially chat about videos, or maybe work on videos together. Maybe I can look for suggestions there. I don't know, just anything. Go so check it out if you're interested. I don't know how much I'll be on it. Like I said, it's not officially run by me, but yeah, thanks, RC. You have a good one too. Exactly. You could have went 10 years between them and it would have been fine. Exactly. They're humongous rides. Now, Stanford Bridge is saying, and he has a really good point, and I know a lot of people bring this up. He says, I don't see them taking out Corkscrew at Cedar Point. Not only does it give an iconic look, but taking a coaster out would probably be to make space for a new ride, and Corkscrew's removal would not clear much. Now I'm going to give you guys an argument to that though. And that's a very good point. And that very much might be the case. Even though I want Corkscrew to go, I think they're going to keep it for as long as they can for some reason, because it's so historic. But yeah, nobody likes Corkscrew anymore. Let's be honest. It looks cool. But anyway, an argument to that, you know, they removed a boomerang at Knott's Berry Farm and put in hang time there. I'm pretty sure with that land that Corkscrew takes up, like the station and the lift hill and all that, and then even working with some of the midway and everything and interacting with things, I feel like they could put something like that in that space. Might not be a clone or whatever. It probably wouldn't be a clone actually, but and it might not be hang time. They have Valraven, they have a dive coaster already. But they could fit something like that in there, I think. Shoot, take out Corkscrew and put Wildcat back in there. No, I know Wildcat's gone. It was an old ride. They're not bringing it back. I'm just jesting, but I did really enjoy Wildcat. So, what's the best deathcore band? Well, I'll go with Whitechapel. Amazing album last year. Probably the best, maybe the best album last year. That or Periphery. But yeah, Stanford Bridge has a very good argument, and I don't think they'll remove Corkscrew anytime soon. But just there's a couple ways to think about it. I think it'll be there for at least another 10 years. I don't know why, but they just seem to value that ride so much because it was the first coaster with 3 inversions, which I know it was really historic at the time. Hey, Jared, by the way. But just nobody likes it anymore. Do I like Theme Park Media's theories? Absolutely. He comes up with some really good, convincing things there. I mean, some of the theories he comes up with. Yeah, check out Theme Park Media's theories if you guys haven't, because he has some really good videos discussing, like today he released one saying that Mystic Timbers at Kings Island basically might have been intended for King's Dominion, and there's a really good argument for it. And he did another one last week too about Volcano? No, about a B&M Hyper coming to King's Dominion that would have been there in the past and that was maybe canceled. Some really good stuff. So go check those out. They are just theories, but they're fun to listen to. and they're really convincing. Okay, Chris is in here saying, oh wait, I lost. Okay, he says I despise corkscrew. Bout gave me a concussion. Okay, a bump on the back of my head. Don't be a sassy lady boy or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's to me a lot of those arrows don't bother me as much as far as headbanging compared to what a lot of people say. But you do still get headbanging sometimes, and a lot of times they're just like I don't know, they're just not that comfortable. And the corkscrew doesn't even have a good layout, really. I mean, for the time, I'm sure it was amazing, probably one of the best coasters in the world. But you know, that was 1976. Well, okay, I know Hang Time's not a dive coaster, but it's marketed as a dive coaster, and it basically does the same thing as a dive coaster does. So it's kind of arguable, but from a marketing perspective, it just wouldn't make sense to put that at Cedar Point because they have Valraven. So I'm pretty sure it'd be a lot better in Valraven. I think Valraven's like super boring, but it's an all I hate on it a lot. It's an all right ride, but I've given it so many chances. I really want to like it, but it's just so forceless and it just doesn't do anything. I mean, it's the only dive coaster I've been on. I had such low expectations going into it for the first time, and it still like underwhelmed me so much. So, like pretty I'm pretty generous about like I like a lot of coasters and I definitely don't want to dislike any of them, but it's just boring. It just is. I'm sorry to all the Valraven fans, but I don't enjoy it that much. Do I prefer coasters to be retracked or arm seat? It depends. It's a case by case thing. All right. Okay. Barnesio says, your thoughts on Six Flags July 1st date. Did they release that? Because I've heard different things. I don't know what's true. I don't know what Six Flags has said about it. I'm pretty sure the different parks are going to open at different times, but I can't rank all the B&M hypers because I've only been on two. I don't rank coasters that I haven't been on. Sorry. Do not do that unless it's like a bucket list thing or anticipated coasters or something like that, which it works for those videos. Crazy Train. Yeah, I saw the Airtime Thrills video. Wait. That's all I know. If I ride all the B&M hypers, will I rank them? Of course. I mean, even if I only get to like ride if I get to ride like 5 of them, I'll rank all the ones that I've been on if I ride like at least 5, you know? But I don't rank rides that I haven't ridden though. Spirit of the Radio, I don't know how to play it. I don't know a lot of songs on guitar actually, so. Okay, Coaster Nerd, I've been on 2 hypers, and you've ridden both of them. I've been on Diamondback and Intimidator, so Intimidator, very underwhelming. Diamondback, yes. Awesome ride. Yeah, let's hear a dad joke. Let's hear one. Pyrenees or Black Mamba? Black Mamba, I guess. I'm not sure though. Both look amazing. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I didn't like Intimidator. I like it. It's a good ride. It's good, but it was my first B&M hyper and it underwhelmed me. Um it was just like it was it's good, but it's not even in my top 20. Diamondback is in my lower top 10. I absolutely love Diamondback. It's one of my personal favorites. Um, but yeah, Intimidator doesn't. It's like Intimidator is just outside of my top 20, like 22 or 23, something like that. Raptor or Banshee? Banshee by a little bit, maybe, but I've considered changing them. Um, Officially though, Banshee. Yeah. By the way, guys, I do have a top 15 coaster video. So go check that out. That came out in December. That was before I went to Dollywood, so it might be a little different now, but I do have a top 15 coaster video that is fairly accurate. It's pretty much exactly how my ranking is right now. So the thing is about Banshee, even though I love Banshee, there's just something about it. I feel like it's missing something. Um, yeah. Okay, Stanford Bridge says I knew Black Mamba was going to be well themed, but I didn't know how well the theming. Come on. I didn't know how well all the theming would make the ride itself feel so awesome. I loved it. For me, it's up there with Montu and Afterburn. All right, nice. Yeah, I've heard amazing things about it. It looks fantastic. I mean, the way it interacts with everything. And it looks really tight too, like the way it interacts with all of the scenery and whatnot. It's a very cool looking ride. So looks intense. You and your brother built Cedar Point's front entrance and Theme Park Tycoon 2 rollout. Nice, nice. AR7, I have a video coming out tomorrow actually about my restraints. So if I had to pick one of those though, Intamin T-Bar, but both are great. Yeah, I'm releasing my video tomorrow. It should be coming out tomorrow. It's about my favorite and least favorite restraints. So okay, crack. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna get into that argument because it's just dumb. But I mean, technically, Fury is a hyper. It's a hyper model by B&M because the hypers and the gigas are the same exact model. Even though obviously hypers are 200 feet, gigas, it's the height classification, but the actual model name is a hyper coaster by B&M. So whatever, it doesn't really matter. They're great rides. Who cares? Yeah, Banshee Station is awesome. So yeah, the vests. I don't have a problem with vest restraints in general. I actually like them, except I feel like on dive coasters they probably would be better with the classic ones. But the vest restraints on Banshee seemed really tight. Like they seem so much tighter, and it would make sense because they've worked on them over the years and improved them. So it would make sense those ones are tighter because those were like some of the first vest restraints. But they're like really tight. My friend Chris was laughing at me because I was complaining about it the one time where we're sitting in the train in the station, and he was like acting like I was whining or something about the vest restraints. I'm like, these are definitely tighter than like the ones on Gatekeeper and that. I'm pretty sure they were. So unfortunately, I have not gotten a Raptor ride without the mid course on, as far as I remember. I really want to get that. Yeah, Raptor is intense as it is, so I'm sure it'd be nuts without the mid course. That'd be insane. I really want to experience that. Favorite coaster channels? Pretty much all the usual ones. Go watch my 500 subscriber video from back in August. I go over a lot of my favorite channels in there. So it's a lot of the usual ones. Theme Park Crazy, Airtime Thrills, Coaster Studios is really good. Just there's so many Amusement Insiders. There's a lot of great channels, a lot of newer ones too. You guys need to check out Phantom Coasters, the Coaster Josh, and Zero Credits Remaining. Those channels are phenomenal. So yeah, Millennium Force doesn't need retract though. That'd be super expensive to retract that thing. Which one do I like the best? I like Goliath the best. The one at Six Flags. The T-Rex, I mean, I'm sure it'll be awesome whenever we get to see what they're actually like. I don't think we'll see one for a while, though. GCI or Intamin Prefab? I haven't been on an Intamin Prefab yet, but I'm sure I would take those over the GCIs, but GCIs are amazing. So all right, Coaster Nerd. Thank you. Coaster Lover says, I can't even imagine how ridiculously intense that final helix on Raptor would be if the MCBRs were turned off. It's already pretty intense even when they're on. Yeah, absolutely. That helix is so intense. It's crazy. Yeah, it would be insane without those on. Yeah, I've looked at pictures and stuff of the other El Toro. So yeah, it's a lot smaller. It's a GCI. It's way smaller. It's actually a fairly modest size wooden coaster. Yeah, looks fun. It doesn't look like even one of the best GCIs though, but it looks. I mean, it looks fine. It's definitely not like the other El Toro. That's for sure. How do T-bars hurt? T-bars do not hurt. How? Oh, Stamford Bridge prefers GCIs. Okay. What coaster will I ride when the parks open back up? All of them, as many as I can. Final Helix without MCBR and Raptor is my only blackout moment on a coaster. Nice. I got stapled on Ravine Flyer 2. It's not awful, but it's not great. Yeah, I think I've gotten stapled on it too before, but it's an amazing ride. Spirit Box, Loathe, Deftones, or Gojira. I'm not familiar with any of those enough to pick one over the others, so I'm not sure. All great bands, though. T-bars are incredible. Absolutely. The other El Toro is fun. Oh, Stanford Bridge has been on the other El Toro. Okay. It's fun, small, but constant pops of airtime. And how does it rank among the GCIs, Stanford? Oh, you wrote GCI as an answer to a trivia question. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think that they just turn the Raptors MCBRs off at night. It just depends, like how cold it is and all kinds of other conditions and stuff like that. I've gotten tons of night rides on Raptor, and I've never gotten a ride with a mid-course off, so... They said that they hurt. I watched the Airtime Thrills video about the restraints recently. I don't think he said they hurt, did he? I don't know. I just don't see how they could hurt, honestly. But I don't know, whatever. I know he likes rides like Millennium and Dragster, so... Rings of Earth, that doesn't surprise me. Some of your GP friends like to staple themselves because they're scared. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. Yeah. It's a shame to live like that. Biggest buzzkill on a roller coaster? Ah, man, good question. I'll have to think about that. El Toro or T Express or German El Toro? El Toro. Probably. Yeah, I don't remember that either, Coaster Lover. I don't remember them saying that. I think maybe some words have been twisted around. Okay, Coaster Pro is saying Taylor from Coaster Studio said they hurt his crotch. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I could see how they could do that. I've never had a problem with them, though. I mean, they do kind of go, like, right in the middle there, so... Roughest coaster I've ridden. Mean Streak and Raging Wolf Bobs. Oh, awful. Raging Wolf Bobs would have made an awesome smaller RMC if that was still around. RMC lap bars or Intamin T-bars? T-bars, definitely. Yeah. I'm not going to judge you. That's fine. I mean, it's all good. If you want to be stapled, I get it. It's fine. I'm not going to do that, but, it's whatever. Yeah, I don't know what he said or what he didn't say. Coaster Lover saying, I think you're confusing T-bars for a different restraint. I'm pretty sure Taylor never said anything about the T-bars being uncomfortable. My credit count's 96. Clipper or Big Dipper? Both, because they're both the same ride. I like the name Clipper better, though, I think. More original. 26? Okay, that's fine. It's all about having fun, man. So, let me check something real quick. My cat's trying to get out. Oh, oh man, that's not good. I always worry about that happening. This didn't happen. You don't see anything. You didn't see that. Most polarizing coaster I've been on? Millennium Forests, maybe. I don't know. Valraven, probably Valraven. Maybe. I don't even know. Roadrunner, Six Flags Fiesta Texas, huh? Roughest you've been on? Wow. Oh, okay. Stanford Bridge has his ranking of GCIs. So Stanford Bridge, this is how he ranks GCIs he's ridden. Number 1 is Renegade, 2 American Thunder, 3 Yorasan de Drac, 4 Mystic Timbers, 5 Troy, 6 El Toro, 7 Lightning Racer, 8 Apocalypse, 9 Wodan, and 10. There's no 10 there. He didn't put anything in number 10 spot. Maybe he's only been on 9. 10 Invader, 11 Thunderhead, Thunderhead at 11. Oh, yeah, you said you didn't care for that. 12 White Lightning, 13 Kentucky Rumbler, 14 Wildcat, 15 Roar. Didn't you put White Lightning twice? No, you didn't. My mistake. You had Lightning Racer. Okay, my mistake. Okay, cool. Thanks for that ranking. Good to see. Jazz or P bass? I don't know. I'm not that familiar with the basses. Those are both good basses, though, I know. Superman the Ride's 20th birthday. Nice. Rarest credit I have, the Wild Mouse at Idlewild, because it's actually relocated from Alton Towers. And I wrote it about 10 years ago. I wrote it at Idlewild. It's from Alton Towers. It came to Idlewild in the 90s, but it's the only wild mouse in the world that has that tilted lift hill where you're actually banked to the right as you're going up the lift. Pretty cool. Hey, Coaster Hour, what's up? Good to see you here. I've also been on Leap the Dips, so that's pretty awesome. That's an awesome ride, too. I actually made a video a while back about a potential, B&M surf coaster coming to SeaWorld Orlando. I kind of talked about that. But yeah, now there's good evidence to back it up. I have no idea what it would look like. We just don't know what it is. So what the surf coaster will be. Hopefully it's not a stand-up. I hope it's not. I hope it's a 4D. I don't know if it will be, though. Gatekeeper, the best to see your point. I mean, I get why people are fans. I love Gatekeeper. For some people, I'm sure it is the best, but not for me. Yeah, hopefully we get to ride it soon, Coaster Lover. I was supposed to ride it opening day, so it sucks. Okay, Stanford Bridge says Wildcat at Hershey was tougher, but at least had good aspects. Roar was a non-entity, and I can definitely see that. I think Roar just looks so lifeless. It just looks like it's pointless and just meanders. At least Wildcat looks like there is some intensity maybe to it, like it's not completely boring. Which I don't know. I might like it better than from what I've heard about it. I don't know. Coaster Hour's rarest credit is either Minor Mike at Adventure Dome, nice, or Pandemonium / Joker at Six Flags Mexico. All right, nice. Opinion on the Beast, I did a review. Go check it out. I do like the Beast, though. I'll say that. It's supposed to be rougher. Okay. Lay down coaster. If RMC made a 4D coaster, holy crap. I mean, they sort of have it in their blood because Ellen Schilke designed the 4D coaster originally. So I know they're not RMC creations by any means, but I mean, kind of, you know, it's Ellen Schilke, so. I disagree about Gatekeeper. I don't think it's forceless. I think Valraven is forceless, to be honest. I just don't find it that fun. I was ranting about it earlier. To me, Gatekeeper has a couple decently forceful moments. I gray out on the bottom of the first drop, actually. And I love Gatekeeper. Valraven, not so much, but to each their own. Yep, that is the only wooden bobsled at Rings of Earth. Yes. Yep. Farm C made an inverted Raptor or hybrid. I don't think either of those are going to happen. I think maybe eventually they'll come out with their own inverted concept or something, or wing coaster. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. I've never gotten a rollback on Dragster. I was so close. The ride in front of me on opening day 2019 got one. So Alan Schilke or Stengel. I mean, Werner Stengel has designed over 500 roller coasters. Like, he's a freaking genius. But I mean, so is Alan Schilke. I mean, I can't really pick between either one. They both design fantastic rides. So, I mean, Werner Stengel has the sheer volume by far, though. So, a single rail 4D, yeah, that would be really, really weird. I don't know if that would work. Yeah, Thunderbird is by far the best wing coaster, I think. Definitely. Peep my logo, by the way. Let's see. Coaster Hour says Batman the Ride inverted coaster is weirdly enough the only ride that considerably causes me to grab. That doesn't surprise me because those rides I've heard are super, super intense. I mean, they look really forceful. So I've grayed out a little bit on the turn after the first drop on Fury. Obviously, the turn on I-305. Tiniest bit on the overbank turn after Millennium Force's first drop. The bottom of the Gatekeeper's drop. And on Afterburn, at the bottom of the Batwing. So, I mean, Charles Den definitely, you know, his influence shouldn't go unnoted in the industry. As bad as a lot of those rides aged, you know, he was a big player in the industry. So, much respect. Gatekeeper is kind of forceless, but it's pretty fun. Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Yeah. I love Gatekeeper. The T-bar opened when you rolled back. Yeah, I'd pay extra for a rollback on Dragster. I would do it. Absolutely. Melodic deathcore, melodic death metal. Is that even a question? Melodic death metal. Yeah, a rollback on anything would be very interesting. Yeah. Grayed out on Incredible Hulk. That looks like a really intense ride. I watched a video of Incredible Hulk recently, and I'm like, man, this thing looks really underrated. It looks really cool. It looks really intense for sure. Oh, Coaster Hour, you've only ever seen a rollback on Premier Skyrocket 2. Yeah, I mean, they only really happen on, the the accelerator coasters and Skyrocket 2s and things like that. So, unless of course full circuit valleys, well, Skyrocket 2 is full circuit. You know what I mean though. Launch coasters. Yeah, COD doesn't roll back as much as Dragster does, from what I've heard. RMC T-Rex, I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe Cedar Point, but I don't know. Roll back on Wicked Twister. Yeah, Stanford Bird says people who don't know rollbacks are a thing, who then experience one must think they're about to die. Yeah. I could just see their faces. What if they made a strata that launched, rolled back, and then launched over the top? I mean, they already kind of have coasters like that. They're not stratas, but I mean, look at Pantheon, forwards launch, roll backwards, launch back again, and make it over the top. So same principle. Taylor got a roll back on Lightning Rod. Oh, I wouldn't want to roll back on that though. Lightning Rod's amazing. That's like one ride where I definitely would not want to roll back. Yeah, I've heard that Hulk actually is worse after that retracking, which is interesting. You got okay, smarty pants. Technically, I've gotten a rollback on Wicked Twister too, many times. So, got smarty pants in here. Matt just flew off the track. No biggie. The usual. Yeah, exactly. Coaster Hour said BGW Giga, that concept that came out, similar to the Strata idea as well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Taylor did get rollbacks on Volcano. I remember that. Imagine riding Volcano. Yeah. Sure would have been nice to ride it. Yeah. Definitely. Would have been nice. Volcano looked like a fun ride. I don't think it was like a world class coaster or anything, but very unique. I missed it by a year, so I know it only operated for like a couple weeks in 2018 though, so yeah, okay, Stanford Bridge, yeah, Top Thrill Dragster doesn't have any signs indicating rollbacks, even though Maverick does. Maverick does, but Top Thrill Dragster doesn't, which I think is awesome. They shouldn't put signs out for it. Wicked Twister dangling coaster. Schechter, Ibanez, Schechter, I guess. I've never seen the Top Thrill signs that say that. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but Wicked Cyclone Valley. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that much. A lot of coasters do valley at some point. I haven't heard about it though. Yeah, Dustin's in here. What's up, Dustin? I remember I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Good to see you again. But Dustin says they should send Wicked Twister up to us at Michigan's Adventure. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think Wicked Twister would be awesome at another park like Worlds of Fun or Michigan's Adventure would be great with it. It just doesn't fit at Cedar Point. It's not popular there. It would do so much better at a smaller park. Like it'd be honestly, it would be an amazing addition for another park. So yeah, the GP2 enthusiast debunked videos, those are amazing. I love those. Kings Island, Orion. Yeah. Coaster Hour says, I don't think we'll ever see a 200-foot tall wooden coaster. Obviously, I know he knows about Son of Beast, and obviously that was 200 feet, but we haven't seen one since then. Um, I would love to see one. I so wish they would do one, but I kind of agree. I don't know if we'll ever see another one. They're just those huge structures and maintaining the wooden coaster. I don't know if a lot of parks want to. I don't think any parks really want to take that on. So would love to see one though by RMC or something. Oh, Michigan's Adventure has a height limit of 150. Okay, well, never mind. It's not going there anyway. I mean, yeah, it is in a weird spot. Yeah. I mean, it probably made sense for back in 2002 when they put it there, but now it's like it's just it doesn't really fit in. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about Candemonium's test run at the beginning of the stream, and I was talking about how phenomenal it looks. Looks absolutely amazing. It looks incredible. That speed hill, oh my gosh. Yeah, I knew that you knew about Son of Beast. I just clarified coaster hour. I just clarified because I knew other people were gonna say, "Oh, there was a 200-foot coaster." Everybody'd be typing that in the comments, so I made sure to clarify before as I was talking about it because they wouldn't let us forget about that. Yeah, I know back in the day, Michigan's Adventure, before Cedar Fair bought them, was supposed to get a hyper coaster. So Dustin says he heard Muskegon has a height limit of 200. So I don't know what's true. I really don't. Yeah, it would be cool to see GP2 enthusiast. His channel's great. So repaint Wicked Twister bright pink. Ooh. I don't mind its current colors. I mean, they're all right. I think other colors might look better, like blue and yellow or something. I don't know. There's a blue coaster right there, though. Yeah, the views on Windseeker are incredible. That ride scares the crap out of me, though. I've ridden it a couple times, and the King's Dominion one. Bandit or Fujiyama? Probably Bandit. Fujiyama looks great too, though. If American Eagle got the RMC treatment, it would have potential to be better than Twisted Colossus, but of course that's depending on how much Six Flags is willing to spend on it. Because that's a huge ride. Okay, Coaster Hour says Fujiyama, and I did have to think about it because Fujiyama is a really long ride, and obviously it's huge. So I don't know. I don't know. Griffin or Sheikra? I don't. I guess Griffin. I mean, They're both pretty much the same ride, same layout and stuff, basically. Slight height difference by like, 3 feet. It's the one that's now Flash. Vertical Velocity, it's now Flash at Discovery Kingdom. That's the Impulse that got reworked. Yeah, Son of Beast, the only hyper wooden coaster ever built. RMC can't work in Canada. Yes, that is true. Yeah. Oh, 400-foot star flyers. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. That sounds really intimidating. Of course, my friend would probably get me on it, laugh at me, freaking out. I just sit there frozen on those things. I'm just frozen and kind of like looking down the edge a little bit. If Canada came to RMC, they should absolutely RMC a coaster at whichever one at Canada's Wonderland. Wild Beast, I guess. Hey, what's up, Matt? Downhill Adrenaline in the house. How's it going? I don't think Cedar Fair will work with Intamin again. I don't think so. I think they kind of don't have very good feelings about Intamin anymore. They haven't for a while, so I don't think so. Yeah, Le Monster would be awesome, actually, yeah. Black Sabbath or Iron Maiden? Iron Maiden, yeah. I love Black Sabbath too, though. But Iron Maiden, I saw them live in 2010, actually. Dream Theater opened for them. You're right. Canada does need RMC. They need to figure out a loophole so they can work there. I have not ridden Big Bad Wolf. I've never been to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, so yeah, Pantheon looks like it could be really freaking incredible. So Coaster Hour says, although is GCI doing hybrid conversions or just ground up hybrids? Yeah, we don't know. We just don't know. They haven't said anything. They unveiled the track and that was it. Like they didn't say anything about it. They just gave us a little tease. Of course I know the rock band Rush. Of course. Legendary. I see a spammer in the chat. They've been taken care of, but I mean, you're just gonna get deleted coming on here messing around. So would hate to do that because I'm pretty sure I like your channel. I think I watched some of your videos and they were pretty good. So Downhill Adrenaline says, do you think any RMCs will be in the Cedar Fair chain in the future due to what happened with Steel Vengeance and Twisted Tempers? I think it could be a little while before we see them work with RMC again, but I feel like they'll give them another chance. I really hope they do. I do hope they do. RMC can save Canada, huh? Why didn't I go to BGW while I was at King's Dominion? Money. It's not free to go to these parks, people. In fact, BGW is pretty darn expensive. I couldn't even really afford to do the parks that I did. I mean, even I was able to because I have the platinum pass, but I mean, gas and food and lodging costs money, so because trust me, I wanted to. I did want to. I did what I could afford. Well, kind of. I could kind of afford it, not really, but yeah. Dustin Cedar Point. Yeah. RMC Canada. Yeah. They need to make a Canadian divisions just so they can work there. I don't know if that would work, but Why is there a GCI in King's Dominion's concept art? Well, Theme Park Media just did a video about that today, so go check it out. Really good coaster theory. So, yeah, they're not doing Cedar Point's not doing anything with Blue Streak. That ride's classic. They love that ride. They've been taking great care of it. Runs great. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay around for as long as they can keep it around. So, I love Blue Streak. I've heard of Skillet. I know some of their songs. They're all right. Jared, I feel like Viper is probably underrated as well. It looks like an awesome ride, and I've heard some good things about it from other well-traveled enthusiasts. So, how do I feel about Mantis becoming Rougarou? I mean, it's a lot better than Mantis. I actually enjoy Rougarou. I've come to really appreciate it ever since I did my original view where I'd only ridden it once, and I rated it a 6.5. Now I'd put it at least 7.5. It's a really good supporting coaster, actually. So I agree, Dustin. Stanford Bridge can confirm that Viper is great. Yeah, it looks like an awesome Woody. So, Coaster Hour, I absolutely agree. I think all of those rides are going to be removed from Cedar Point. I think all those rides are going to be the next to be removed from Cedar Point, and Blue Streak's going to be around for a long time. So, yeah, Gemini, Iron Dragon, Corkscrew, Wicked Twister, Mine Ride, those will all go first, I think. Am I actually a daddy? I have a fur baby. Is Michigan's Adventure worth going to? I mean, if it's your home park, if you live close there, I would go check it out. I mean, I've never been there. I would like to go for Shivering Timbers, but it's just so far out of the way. I don't know if it's really worth driving nearly 7 hours just for Shivering Timbers, you know? Do I have any opinions on Rush? I'm not like an avid Rush fan, but I enjoy them. I've listened to all their albums at some point or another. And they're a great band. They're great at what they do. They have some fantastic, freaking amazing songs. I don't listen to them a lot though. I don't listen to a lot of progressive rock. So, man, you come in here with all these guitar suggestions. Are you gonna buy me these things? My favorite band is Trivium. They have been for 12 years. I've seen them live twice. Amazing band. Dustin says, I love 35 minutes north Michigan's Adventure. We mainly go for the water park. Shivering Timbers is rough in our old age. Honestly, I'd rather ride Thunderhawk all day over that. Okay. All right. I've heard Thunderhawk is actually a good SLC. I've heard pretty good things about it. How would I come up with my channel name? Basically, it was suggested to me by either my wife and my friend were over here. We were all hanging out. And my wife and her friend, one of them suggested, they were like, you should call it Coaster Daddy, because I was trying to come up with a name for the channel. They were kind of joking. They were laughing about it, like, and I'm like, yes. As soon as they said Coaster Daddy, I knew that was my name. I'm like, that is it. So that's how I got the name. Metallica or Iron Maiden? Iron Maiden, definitely. Iron Maiden all the way. Thunderhawk is a very decent SLC. Good to hear. Good to hear it's decent. So, Coaster Lover, exactly. There's no other parks around it. You can't really integrate it into a trip. You just have to drive out of your way, you know? So it's just, are you willing to drive like 7 hours out of your way from really anywhere? Like, the closest park, which is Cedar Point. Yeah, new age Vacomas are awesome. I love Dragonflyer. That was great. Let Coaster looks amazing. The Vacoma Firestorms, those new ones. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've heard good things about Riddler Revenge as well, ever since they put those new vests on it. Good to hear. Yeah, I just know, like, from my house, I've looked before. Michigan's Adventure is like 6.5 hours away from my house. So, oh, okay. Coaster Hour has an interesting comment here. He says, I used a name generator, saw Coaster Hour, and was like, I'll keep that one in mind. Nothing better came up, and that's why Coaster Hour is my channel. That's cool. I mean, there's no shame in that. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you were able to get a good name out of that, because I do love the name Coaster Hour. I think it's great. Um, you've done well with your channel, and I'm glad you were actually able to get a good name out of a generator, because when I was in a band and stuff, we tried using those things to come up with band names and stuff, and they were just awful. They were useless. So I'm glad you were able to get a good name for it. I live like 35 minutes away from Cedar Point. I'm less than 40 minutes away from it. Just under 40 minutes. Yeah, Coaster Hour, the Vacoma STC, man, the one they built at Tripstra looks amazing. Looks so good. Has the lap bars. Can't wait to see a POV of that. I don't want to change my strings to new tone. I like my Ernie Ball strings. So, and strings don't matter that much to me. They don't make that much of a difference, I feel like. I mean, they do a little bit, but not as much as people act like they do. But, I respect, I respect it if you do think it does. I mean, some people think it makes a big difference. Maybe it does. I don't know, but I do like the Ernie Ball strings, so I've always stuck with that. Okay, Coaster Hour. We'll see you. Hour and a half from Cedar Point. Ah, yeah, that stinks a little bit. Not too far though. It's not far. Dustin says we were slated to go to Dorney and Hershey Park next month. I was most excited to hit up Demon Drop, Hydra, and New Candemonium. Hoping you still go at some point. Yeah, I was supposed to go on a trip with my friend, second week of June, to a lot of parks, including those: Dorney, Hershey, Great Adventure, Knoebels, Waldemere, possibly Conneaut and Kennywood. It's going to be a big trip. Really bummed it can't happen, but some 41, I haven't listened to much. I like some of the songs I've heard though. Not really a fan of any of the other bands really though, or some I'm not really familiar with, even though I've heard of all of them. Yeah, Kiesel looks like a pretty good company. There was some drama though with Jeff Kiesel recently, and the way he handled that situation just makes me not want to buy Kiesel guitars, which is a shame because not that I was planning to buy one or anything, but they look like really fantastic guitars. But the way he's handled customers, the way it's come to light, I don't want to buy anything from that company. Screw that. Not doing it. And it's a shame because they look like great guitars, but I wouldn't buy from that company anymore. Crazy Coaster says unpopular opinion, but Six Flags America roller coaster lineup looks better than Kennywood, which I went to. Kennywood, the rides are great. Yeah, that is a controversial opinion, and I definitely disagree with you. I think Kennywood's great. I love Kennywood. I've never been to Six Flags America, but I think Kennywood has a far superior coaster lineup. But to each his own. Maybe you like the coasters at Six Flags America better, which is fine. They do have a couple good rides there, so good looking rides, I should say. CT Coaster says I want to work for a theme park, but the closest one to me is Lake Compounce, which is 30 minutes away, and I don't want to drive that much to work every day. Okay, fair enough. I mean, 30 minutes isn't that far though, as long as you can afford the commute and all that. But I get it. That is a little bit farther than I would prefer to drive for work. So yeah, Stanford Bridge says 30 minutes is not that long commute. It really isn't. I mean, 30 minutes isn't that long. I think you could deal with that, and that'd be fine. But I am used to driving quite a bit less than 30 minutes though, so I could understand not wanting to do that, but I would definitely do it. Oh, Dustin, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Holiday World and Kentucky Kingdom, absolutely. They are both worth knocking out. You definitely want to go to those parks. I've been to Holiday World myself. I really want to get to Kentucky Kingdom. So, best hyper in North America, in my opinion. I haven't been on all of them. I think Mako looks really good. Phantom's Revenge is Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance is the best hyper. What am I thinking? Steel Vengeance, best coaster ever. It's a hyper. So let's see. Watching GP2 enthusiasts and especially El Toro Ryan has made me really want to work parks to ride up sometimes. Yeah, I mean I respect it, and I get you can learn a lot of stuff by doing that, which is awesome. I wouldn't want to do it though, but definitely if that's something you want to experience, definitely go for it. Yeah. Okay, MC Nefster says besides Lightning Rod, what is your favorite coaster at Dollywood? Thunderhead, easily. What is the roughest coaster of all the ones I've ridden? I answered that earlier. Mean Streak and Raging Wolf Bob's. Coaster Pro today says, should I change my name? I think Coaster Pro today is not the best. Um, I would agree. I don't think it's the catchiest name or like the best sounding name. I don't think it's bad. I mean, Coaster Pro, I think your logo looks good. And Coaster Pro today isn't bad, but maybe look into changing it and kind of rebranding yourself. I mean, if that's something you want to do. Favorite traditional steel hyper coaster. So basically, my favorite hyper other than Steel Vengeance. Favorite traditional steel hyper that I've ridden out of the ones I've ridden. Diamondback, I believe. Unless I mean, Phantom's Revenge is kind of traditional, but not really. So Phantom's Revenge. I'll say Phantom's Revenge. Yeah, Phantom's Revenge is my favorite traditional hypercoaster, even though it's not really traditional. I mean, it still basically consists of airtime hills, so it's so good. And then Diamondback follows closely. So this espresso hitting the spot. Hitting the spot. Chris says Toronto is his favorite big city and he's American. Uh-oh. I I don't have a favorite city. Is that something like does everybody have a favorite city? I don't know. I don't have a favorite city. I yeah, I don't know. Iron Gwazi looks better than Steel Vengeance. Oh, that's a respectable opinion for sure. I can understand that. I think Steel Vengeance will still be better probably, but it's all good. Okay, Coaster Hour brought up a good point for Coaster Pro today. He said, Coaster Pro today, yes, you should change your channel name because there are other channels like Coaster Pro and Coaster Pros. Yeah, it gets too muddied when you start to like. There's a park called a really good channel called Park Pros, and for a while I was getting it confused with Park Bros. I'm like, wait, Park Bros changed their logo and stuff. I'm like, what? I clicked the video and started watching it. I'm like, oh wait, different channel. Yeah, both great channels, but Park Pros got me a little confused because I was thinking Park Bros. Go check out Park Pros, by the way. It's an awesome channel. Go check them out. Coaster Day, honestly, I'm not feeling Coaster Day. I think you should, if you want to change your name, you should come up with something else, maybe. And I mean, do you make content? Because if you don't make content, I mean, your name really I feel like doesn't have much of an effect, even if you do make content, really. But I mean, I definitely understand wanting to have a good name. So the question is, are you making content basically? If you're making content, you want to brand yourself, I would definitely come up with another name. Definitely another name besides Coaster Day. So that's my suggestion since he asked. How old was I the first time I went to Cedar Point? The first time I remember going to Cedar Point was the year 2000. I was 5 years old, because it was before December, so I was 5 years old at the time. And I remember vaguely driving in there to get our season passes, and I remember seeing Blue Streak and Millennium Force, which was the year that opened, obviously. So yeah, 2000 was the first time I was at Cedar Point. Such a different park then. It's amazing how much it's changed. It's crazy. Uh, Coaster Media is taken, yes. Just search it on YouTube. If you think of a channel name, just do the channel search on YouTube and see if the name's taken. Tyler Power says Diamondback only has a rattle after the turnaround. Changed my mind. Um, I don't know. I guess maybe. I mean, I feel like pretty much almost every B&M I've ridden has had a little bit of a rattle. It doesn't bother me though. So, um, yeah, Mexico City looks pretty cool. I'd definitely love to go to Six Flags Mexico for sure. Looks like a underrated park, I think. What do I do for work? I work with developmentally disabled adults at an adult day center. So that's what I do. If Six Flags merged with Cedar Fair and SeaWorld, they would make the best theme in amusement park. No, no, that would just be a mess. Yeah, that wouldn't work out. That would just be doomed to fail. Um, yeah. Stanford Bridge says, I wish Coaster Fanatic and Coaster Fanatics still put out videos. Yeah, Coaster Fanatics did a YouTube post not long ago. He said he will at some point. But yeah, those are really good channels. Those are really, really good channels for sure. Yeah, that name is fine, Coaster Lover. I mean, that works. I feel like it works for you. You know, we recognize you by that name, Coaster Lover 2001. Like you said, it's simple and it works. I think it's fine. Do I ever think there will be a 500-foot T Rex? At some point, yeah, I think so. It'll be a while, but we'll see one, I think. Yeah, people are talking about the rattle on Millennium Force. I did kind of feel that too. It doesn't really bother me, but it was pretty rattly, I gotta say. I gotta admit. Like I said, it didn't bother me, but it is there for sure. And Millennium Force, those airtime hills are underrated. I get really, really good sustained floater every single time I ride it. I mean, those hills just give really good floater airtime. I agree, Coaster Hour. He says, "Is it me or do the old B&M stand-ups feel too small? The trains were so huge and long on Vortex CGA compared to the track." I agree. They're just too the trains and everything were just too bulky, I feel like, and the track to and the layouts just aren't good either. Those are meant to be bigger coasters like they would eventually become. Dustin Hinkle says, unpopular opinion, I don't care much for Millennium Force. That's fine. I understand that why some people might not like it as much, which, it's fine. It's all good. So as long as we respect everybody's opinions, it's all good, man. Jared, there is no a lot of people think of the 500-foot category as being like a Terra coaster. It's neither of those actually. So T-Rex and polar coasters, those are models of roller coasters, but they're not height categories. At least not at this point. They're not considered that. So yeah, and Coaster Hour brings up a good point too for Dustin. He says, Dustin, at this point, that's not unpopular. And it's really not. A lot of people think Millennium Force is overrated. It kind of was at one point. I feel like it's not so much anymore because everybody says it's overrated, but you know, whatever. It's not everybody's cup of tea, which makes sense. I love it though. I think it's a great ride. It's right outside of my top 10. It's like 11 or 12 for me. So Stanford Bridge has, for you people trying to come up with a coaster name, Stanford Bridge has some great advice here. He says to have a coaster channel name that stands out a little, unlike a name like Coaster Daddy. um, I think my name's pretty unique, but yeah, coaster. There's a lot of coaster channels with the name coaster in them, including mine, and we get lost amongst the mix of you see a list of your subscriptions, they're all coaster, 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 coaster. So Stanford Bridge says to have a coaster channel name that stands out a little, consider a name without coaster, like backseat blackout or downhill adrenaline, because those two channels, well, backseat blackout is now called Screwy Loops. Honestly, I wish he would have kept the name backseat blackout. That was such a badass name. Um, but yeah, those names don't have coaster in them. They stand out more. So definitely try to do that if you're able to. Like Park Bros. That's a really unique channel name. It's a great name. It fits in perfectly fine. So try to think of something, that doesn't have the name coaster in it. Try to think of some unique elements or feelings of coasters or just anything. Get creative with it. Get creative. Oh, Mako's your number one coaster, Maverick 114E. All right. Nice. Mako looks awesome. I really want to ride it. My friend told me though that Diamondback is actually better in his opinion. And I love Diamondback, so I'd be curious to check it out. The Crazy Coaster says, "Do you think my YouTube channel name is good?" It's not my favorite name. I don't think it's a bad name. But it's not that unique. If you want to make content and stand out a little bit, maybe come up with a different name. Yes, Stanford Bridge, 0 credits remaining. That's a super awesome name. Yeah, he snatched that name up though. So, but yeah, that's a really good name, and it's an awesome channel too. So, I've been playing guitar for 12 years. Thanks for asking. Yeah. I'm not the best. I just do it for a hobby. I don't really practice much anymore. I just kind of jam, you know. Theme park daddy. That sounds more menacing than coaster daddy, doesn't it? Theme park daddy. All right, thanks for joining, Dustin. Thank you. Yeah, Airtime Thrills is a great name for sure. He's definitely established a brand with that name. So, which manufacturer do I think is evolving the most? Probably Vekoma. Yeah, Vekoma or SNS, but SNS has always been pushing boundaries. So, Vekoma. Chris wants me to change my name to Ride It Daddy. No, better not. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be awesome though. Ride It Daddy. Okay, thanks guys. This is Ride It Daddy. I love it. I love it. You guys have some good suggestions. So thanks for that one, Chris. Uh, Coaster Hour says Screwy Loops probably makes more sense if you're trying to search the name. Also, you know it's a coaster channel, even if you are not an enthusiast or new to being one. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, good point. I watched the video where he talked about changing the name and he explained his reasoning for it. And it's like, okay, that it kind of makes sense. I was disappointed though, because like Backseat Blackout, such a badass name. I loved it, you know. Coaster Pro today says, have you seen my content yet? I don't think so. I don't think I've watched any of your videos that I can remember. Unless I did, and maybe I just don't remember it. I don't know. Let's see. People say Montu has better theming than Alpengeist, but I disagree. I think Alpengeist is better in theming and overall. Yeah, I think Alpengeist looks like it has better theming too, actually. See, Airtime Thrills, X Scream Thrills, Theme Park Crazy, Theme Park Median, Theme Park Hunting all don't have coaster in their channel names. That is very true. Um, okay, Johan's been playing jumps for 3 years. Nice. Keep working on it, man. Keep working on it. Mr. Theme Park, yeah. I'm not a fan of that name, honestly. Mr. Theme Park. It's not catchy. It just sounds too on the beaten path, I guess. It's just, yeah. Because there's channels like Mr. Roller Coaster and things like that. And just the idea of having that prefix, just, I'm not a fan of that personally. I don't know. You guys are asking, so I'm giving my opinions. That's just how I feel. But it's not a terrible name, I guess. See ya, AR7. Yeah, we're at an hour 34 minutes. Having fun though, so it's all good. Coasting dude. Oh, costing dude. Costing dude. Okay. Yeah, theme park hunting used to be coaster hunting. Yes. The name The Enthusiast. Maybe if you work on that a little bit and rework it a little bit, it could be good, you know. Right at daddy, YouTube demonetized. Uh The Polar Coaster was supposed to be manufactured by Intamin, actually. Crazy Coaster said, I recently made a Maverick recreation on my channel. I've received many comments. That is extremely realistic. You may like to check it out. Okay, let's check it out right now. Crazy Coasters. We'll check out his Maverick recreation. Oh, I gotta search for channel because I'm getting all kinds of other videos. Let's check out crazy coasters. Maverick Recreation. Here we go. No Limits 2. Turn the sound off there. Oh, this looks pretty good. Nice job, man. That's as far as the layout, man, it looks spot on. Is there a POV? Let's take a ride on it here. Let's take a ride on it, Maverick. All right, guys, we're riding Maverick. Who's gonna ride Maverick with me? Put your hands up. We're going down the first drop. We're going down. Oh, good airtime. I felt that ejector there. Snappy turns. Airtime. Ooh, some of the best airtime in the park. Here we go through the horseshoe roll. Okay, inversions. I think these inversions are pretty fine by me. I mean, not the best inversions. I mean, not the weakest part of the ride, but still pretty awesome. Here we go. We're going to go down the launch, 70 miles an hour. You ready? Ready? Snappy turn, snappy turn. Whoa, whoa, this is long. Trims, killing the speed. Going over the water, going through where the Heartline roll used to be. Nice little twisty. Air into the brakes. All right, that was awesome. Yeah, that's a good recreation. That was really good. Good job with that. Chris had his hands up. All right. My favorite B&M sit down. I've not actually ridden a B&M sit down, like a traditional B&M sit down, so I don't know. I think Kumba looks awesome though. And Hulk does as well, so yeah, that's right. Coaster Hour, you got to take time to come up with a name or get lucky with a generator like me. Absolutely. Stamford Bridge says another plug for the channel called Roller Coaster David. Great quality videos for a year or more remains undiscovered. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually forgot about that channel, but his videos are really good. I do remember watching his channel, and I need to check him out again. Yeah, because he does have really good videos, really, really good stuff. Thanks for mentioning that because I actually forgot about his channel for some reason. Yeah, did you get tested, Gabriel? How do you know that? See you, Chaos. Have a good one. Yeah, Destination Thrills is awesome. Absolutely. Fast growing channel. Yeah, coaster theme park doesn't have to spell it out really blatantly, It's it could even just be your name, I mean, a name isn't as important sometimes as people think it is. I mean, for me it was, and I understand why some people value it as far as branding goes, but you don't even have to do like a fancy name or anything. Roller polar coasters. Yeah, Airtime Thrills. I found out a while back he had it. He said something about it on Instagram, so he did have it for a while. So glad he's feeling better. Dirty Coasters cringe compilation. What is that? Oh, people were riding Maverick with me. I just see it now. Okay. CT Coaster says, I can't decide if Maverick is better than El Toro. I think El Toro is better, but it's so hard to decide. I feel like I would prefer El Toro a little bit. I don't know. Such good rides, though. Maverick versus DC Rivals. That would be a good matchup. Yeah. My favorite wooden coaster, Lightning Rod. Voyage as far as like traditional wooden coasters. No brakes, no brakes. We got braked. Okay, Coaster Hour says, haven't ridden DC Rivals, but pretty sure it's better than Maverick. I think I would probably prefer it a little bit as well. I don't know. Maverick is amazing. I mean, Maverick is absolutely incredible, but I would probably prefer DC Rivals a little bit. Mach does a really good job. So, thank you, thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy this. You know, I have fun doing this. I'm glad you guys enjoy it because sometimes I'm like, I don't know if this is like if they're enjoying this. You know, sometimes you question that. So yeah, Rob Elvey says twisty and all that stuff. Yeah. Kumba or Montu? I think I'd like Montu better. I love the inverts and it looks really awesome. So is Holiday World the only amusement park that has set an official opening date? The only one that I've heard of, but I don't know if others have yet. I don't know. Do I think Beast is overrated? Yeah, but I also think it's overhated by enthusiasts. I love the Beast. So excited for Dorney's new coaster. I'm excited that they're going to be getting one finally. Yeah. Might not be next year, but it'll be soon they'll get one. I did not ride Drakenfire. I was too young for that. So I was born in 94. So yeah, my favorite type of YouTubers are enthusiasts as well. So that's pretty much that's the main thing I watch on YouTube is coaster stuff, but I watch other stuff as well. What do I think of the channel Adrenaline Rush? If you don't know him, then what do you think of the name? Um, I've heard the name. I don't know if I've watched any of the content. I think it's a decent name. Not one of my favorites, to be honest, but it's a good name, you know. Uh, let's see. Channel. I don't know if I've watched any of the content. Ah, he returned 2 weeks ago. Um, is Rob Elvey in the chat? Raise your hand, Rob Elvey. We know you're in here. Where are you at? Oh, the night rides on the Beast. Yeah. I know there's at least a couple people in here who can speak to those Beast night rides. Absolutely incredible. I got my first night ride on the Beast and my first ride since the only ride I got on it in 2007 last year. Yeah, I on National Roller Coaster Day, I got into Mason at like 9 o'clock, got into Kings Island at 9:30 before the park closed at 10, got a night ride on the Beast, and I left and came back the next day. But oh my gosh, I still remember that first night ride. Like it was so amazing, and I've ridden it a couple times at night since then. Beast at night is just a totally different beast. It really is. It really is pure magic. It's unlike anything else. Yeah. Kings Island night rides in general are just really good too. So I have not gotten a night ride on the voyage. I would love that though. Coaster Hour said something pretty accurate here. Basically every Disney, okay, but yes, it's still accurate. Basically, it's actually more accurate than what I thought. I thought it said Dorney, but it says Disney. He says basically every Disney coaster, criminally underrated by enthusiasts, Massively overrated by the general public. Oh, Jared has a good suggestion for a name, Trim Break Productions. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, you should want a Beast Night ride. Definitely make it definitely try to get that if you go to Kings Island and you're able to. Yeah, Stamford Bridge, I'm sure night rides on the Void. I could believe that, being the most intense coaster experience. I could definitely see that. You got into a stream, but you made it 110 minutes late. Yep. Oh yeah, Missouri does have a lot of great night rides, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of those are awesome at night. Hey, Matthew's Coaster Vids. See, CT Coaster said my friend was going to get a midnight ride on Beast, but then they saw he had a camera on the bat. Then he got banned from Cedar Fair for 2 days, which took a day away from his trip at CP. Yeah, breaking the rules. Can't do that. Can't take cameras on the rides, people. You love my right hand bracelet? Oh, thank you. It's a medical alert bracelet. So I don't like wearing it, but I do. It's good to have, I guess. Do I think Dorney's coaster will come in 2022? Probably, yeah. Probably be 2022. Yeah, I was thinking about possibly going to Hollywood Nights this year. I don't know if it's even going to happen now, but yeah. Launching Productions? Yeah. It's not a bad name. Iron Gwazi Predictions? I mean, it's going to be one of the best RMCs for sure. One of the best in the world, possibly a top 5, possibly. I could see that. Oh, I love Copperhead Strike. I love it. Those are strengths. Oh, so good. Oh, yes. Okay, Coasters. He does have really high quality content. Yeah, I agree. Skyrush, I haven't been on it, but it's my number 2 bucket list coaster. I really want to get on Skyrush. So I know it's a love it or hate it kind of ride. I hope the restraints don't destroy it for me whenever I do get to ride it. Um, really want to get on Skyrush. Oh, coaster lover. Oh, he was kind of underwhelmed and disappointed with his one night ride on the Beast a few years ago. That stinks. Yeah, it's all right though. We all experience different things, and maybe it just wasn't running as good or something, or maybe you just didn't care for it, which is fine. It's fine. It blew me away though, especially the first night ride I got on it because I didn't know what to expect. Oh yes, the noodle raft ride. The noodle raft ride. Yes. Yeah, Coaster Hour says off topic, but everybody talks about how amazing Japan's roller coaster collection is. But I think some of their theme flat rides look insane as well. That Togo Enterprise thing and the noodle raft ride come to mind. Yeah, I saw that noodle raft ride in the one Coaster Studios video, and it was freaking awesome. They even made it smell like noodles and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to experience that. That is amazing. The worst Togo, I mean, I've heard it's the one in Vegas. I don't know. Looks like it might be bad. Might be okay. I don't know. Okay, Stanford Bridge has a good point. He says, I can see that, coaster lover. I was blown away with the night ride on the Beast more as a dark ride than as a coaster. I get that. I get that. To me, I thought it was really intense though at night. I just thought it was crazy intense. Okay, CT Coaster says he rode Flying Aces, which is the one like Skyrush. He said their restraints didn't really bother him, so that looks like an awesome ride. Actually, it has an inversion. I have heard about the Murder Hornets. Yes, Best Vekoma? Probably Let Coaster or that new Vekoma Firestorm. Maybe even the STC that's being built. I don't know. Yeah, the Ibex track has evolved a little bit, I believe. Oh, Cedar Point's opening day. Man, yeah. Would have been 4 days from now. Oh, okay. That's cool, Coaster Hour. Yeah, that'd be cool to meet some of your relatives in Japan too. That'd be awesome. Hope you can do that someday. All right, see you, CT Coasters. Yeah, I heard that about Six Flags. We'll go over all that stuff on Coaster Cafe probably on Saturday. But yeah, I heard Six Flags, you're going to have to make reservations to get into the parks, which I think is pretty good because I'd rather know I could get in somewhere before I go than drive there and not be able to get in. So, oh, that would be awesome. A Beast Night Ride with pitch black, but fog was rising out of the forest. That would be amazing. Wow, felt like you were on a ride with a witch. I could see that. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Is that too freaky for you, Chris? Too freaky deaky? The Beast Night Ride with the fog. Does that make you scared like my song did? Man, we've been going for a while here. This is fun. I'm having a good time. We're having some good conversation tonight. That was Skyrider. Yeah, Skyrider at Canada's Wonderland. Yeah, Lightning Rod at night is pretty good too. I mean, it's always awesome, and I thought it was awesome at night as well. But I I prefer the Beast Night Ride. Maybe I mean, as a ride, Lightning Rod is better. Obviously, I think, but that Beast Night Ride is so freaking good. Nah, man, I ain't scared. Get scared. Play some heavy music. Play this new Trivium song on acoustic guitar. We'll do this. Scary. Be afraid. That's right. So freaking scary. Do I prefer back or front on Lightning Rod? Probably front. I feel like Lightning Rod is one of the coasters that might be a little bit better in the front. I mean, back is amazing too, though. Love getting whipped over the drop. So, yeah, CP getting almost as much as Magic Mountain, even though being seasonal. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Although they did just start the 365 operations just like last year, so I don't know how long they were open before that. They probably only closed for like a couple months, so it was still pretty amazing, you know. Stanford Bridge, Dollywood is open late enough for night rides for Christmas in the Smokies because That's when I went to Dollywood, was in December, late December, Christmas in the Smokies. They were open till like 9 or 10. So I got plenty of time to get lots of night rides there. So I don't know. I did get night rides on Tennessee Tornado. Yeah. Good night rides. El Toro second to last row. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Whenever I do get to El Toro, I want to ride back row for the very first time because I want to feel that experience of getting whipped over that drop as you're still going around the turn. It looks incredible. Looks crazy good. No, I don't film POVs. No, do not do that. Not getting into that. I like trying to enjoy myself when I go to the parks instead of having to worry too much. I mean, I like I like trying to get some pictures and stuff like that. I walk around the park and take pictures with my point and shoot, but yeah, not taking no POVs, and most parks don't allow it. So I know at the SeaWorld Entertainment Parks, you can get permission if you have proper equipment and you get it approved by the park. You can actually take GoPros and stuff on the rides, which is cool. I think that's awesome, but I'm not doing it. Night Ride on Steel Dragon 2000, absolutely. It looks like a fun ride, even though it's probably the least, probably the weakest, you know, traditional Giga out there because it's basically just Mamba on steroids, but it still looks fun. Crazy Coaster says, I recently purchased a GoPro Hero 7 Black, and I'm excited to use it for coaster POVs. Just make sure you have permission to use it and be careful with it. So, oh yeah, Coaster Studios is awesome. Stanford Bridge says, you may think you know El Toro from videos, but the first time you lay eyes on the first drop is mind blowing. Doesn't seem like any wooden coaster could possibly do that. Oh man, I can't wait. I just can't wait. Number one bucket list coaster right there, El Toro. All right, good luck, Jared. Good luck. Make some good, unique content. See, I heard Steel Dragon 2000 got more faster at B&M trains. I can maybe see that. I don't know how true it is, but maybe. I don't know. Well, it's so cool, I think, that B&M made custom trains for that. So it has the clamshells, but it's only 2 across. They look so cool. They're so open. Looks a lot better than the Morgan trains that it used to have, for sure. Such a weird ride. I mean, it's not, but it is at the same time, No problem, man. No problem. Man, we're going right on 2 hours here. We're going right on 2 hours. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 hours. All right. My first coaster was Junior Gemini, probably. Maybe Mine Ride or Woodstock Express. It was one of those. Probably Junior Gemini, though, which is now Wilderness Run. So My glasses, I don't have a strap. I don't like dealing with glasses when I'm in the park, and I can deal without them. So I always just take them off in the car, leave them in the car. Just easier. I think this already has broken the record for my longest live stream. I don't think I've ever hit 2 hours before that I can remember. You guys probably know better than me, but I don't think I've gotten close to 2 hours before. I don't think I've ever hit it though, like I just did. So oh, that's awesome, Jared. You got over your fear of the wizard. That looks like a fun ride. It looks really I want to ride that. Looks awesome. Got to work up to it. See, your first was Johan's first was Rip Ride Rocket. It was not pleasant. The trim brakes the cap on step. The trim brakes stopping the coaster. Okay, yeah. Lots of trims on there. Are you talking about Chippewa Lake Crazy Coaster? Because I've actually visited that park in person many times, like driven past it, and I seen it when the Big Dipper was still standing there several times actually. And they have a wild mouse there. I know Chippewa Lake. Yep. Yep, I've actually seen that in person many times, which is kind of cool. My dad actually went there when he was like a baby, basically, really, really little. So he doesn't really remember it well. But my dad has been there and his brothers. So closed in 78. So Chippewa Lake. Yeah, they had a pretty small. I mean, it was big for the time, but by today's, it was like 65 feet tall. It's called Big Dipper wooden coaster there. There's some good footage of that park on YouTube. Yeah, it is creepy. It is really creepy to look at it. Like I said, I actually saw it when Big Dipper was still standing, which was kind of cool to see. It's been a while since they did finally demolish that, but the other stuff is still there, like the Ferris wheel and the wild mouse and some of the other small things strewn about the woods. It's all overgrown now, so. Oh, Coaster Lover 2001 has corrected me. He said the first episode of Coaster Cafe was 2 hours and 16 minutes long. I did not know that. Thank you. Your dad went there too? Nice. Gary, my first episode of Coaster Cafe was it wasn't officially Coaster Cafe yet. That was like a week later. Yeah. Okay, Rings of Earth said first Coaster Cafe was January 11th. So yeah, I did my first live stream on New Year's Eve. But yeah, but it wasn't Coaster Cafe yet, Coaster Cafe started like a week after that. But that show was basically like the testing ground for doing Coaster Cafe because it turned into that. Chris has a good question here. He says he's asking if I remember when my sound went out while I was streaming. He says, "Did you ever figure out why that happened?" Actually, I never figured that out. I have no idea what happened there because I checked to make sure my audio interface was still on. I checked to make sure everything was still plugged in. I even disconnected it, reconnected it, and I do not know what was happening there. I really have no idea. It just puzzled me. I still have no idea. So, I mean, the gain was turned up, it was on, everything was plugged in, everything was as normal, you know. I don't know what happened there. So, sorry, I can't answer that. The kitty did it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think she was in here at the time, but cats are sneaky, so who knows? Coaster Kitty. I'm pretty sure there was a channel at some point that had a name like that or something. I know there was like Coaster Crab for a while, and I think he changed his name to something, or I don't know. There's all kinds of small coaster channels that have like, kind of goofy names like that. I think Coaster Kitty might have actually been, or Coaster Kitten. It was Coaster Kitten. I remember that. Do I think Possessed will move to California's Great America from Dorney Park? I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, but yeah, I'll put it that way. I won't be surprised if that happens. But it's hard to say whether I think it would be Wicked Twister or Possessed. I mean, who knows? Yeah, Coaster Cupcake is really good. He's a good channel, and he hasn't uploaded much recently. But his channel is great. Worst theming on a coaster? Probably a Six Flags coaster. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of examples of bad theming on coasters. Yeah, there was a channel called the Coaster Corner, and that's kind of like a channel of days past. I never really watched it, but when it was still a thing. But he took his channel down, and like all the videos are gone now. Like that channel, he changed his name at one point, and then I think the channel just sat for a while. He got disinterested in roller coasters, and then the channel just disappeared completely. A channel I used to watch, he doesn't make videos anymore about coasters or any videos, but Coaster Stream. Coaster had a Q instead of a C. He spelled it with a Q. It was called Coaster Stream. His videos were pretty good, and they're all still up. But at some point, I kept checking back every now and then for a while to see if he would do any more videos, and he didn't for a long time. It's been like over a year now, and he changed the name of the channel to like his personal name, which is like Quinn Wright. And he still has like the same banner from when he was called Coaster Stream, but he changed his profile picture to his face. And the channel is just his name now, but he still has all of his videos on there. But his channel was good. I miss his channel. So his home park was Cedar Point, and he had like over 1,000 subscribers. I mean, decent, decent size for a small channel. At one point, 1,030 videos. Holy crap. He has over 1,000 videos. 1.4 thousand subscribers. Yeah, Coaster Stream. Last video was about a year ago. May 5th. It's May 5th. May 5th, 2019 was his last video. Look at that. Yeah, so Coaster Stream. I just started talking about Coaster Stream, he changed his name to Quinn Wright, which is his actual name. And he put his face as a profile picture now. But all of his banner and all of his videos and stuff are still up. And yeah, the last video was uploaded a year ago today. Look at that. That's funny. Favorite inverted coaster that I've been on is Afterburn. I've been on 3, so my credit count 96. Oh, Tim K remembers Quinn. Okay. Yeah, all of his videos are still up, but he doesn't do any videos anymore. Kind of sucks, you know. He must have lost interest in the videos or something, or coasters even, I don't know. But he had a good channel. He did some good stuff. I listened to that podcast. I listened to Your Favorite Coaster Sucks. Oh wait, I was on that podcast. Go check it out. uh, I was also on Angelo Giles' podcast. It just came out a couple days ago. If you guys haven't listened to that yet, that was pretty fun. I like doing that one. And I was on Your Favorite Coaster Sucks. I was on Talking Trimless with Zach from Theme Park Media and Hunter from Theme Park Hunting. And I'm going to be recording one on Saturday, actually. Hang Time Thrills approached me on Instagram. Um, and the channel Coaster Fusion, who you see commenting on like everything, they have like a little podcast thing going that they're starting up, which is pretty cool. So I offered, or they approached me, but I said I would be on there. So they asked if I'd be on. I said sure. So I'll be recording that Saturday. I've never been on Raging Bull. I think it looks awesome though. I think I would enjoy it. It's so unique. I love a unique hyper layout because so many hypers are just like so formulaic, you know. Drop, airtime hill, turnaround, airtime hill, mid course breaks, few more airtime hills, maybe a helix, you know. They're all not all. Some of them are so formulaic. I'm so glad certain parks and manufacturers are starting to break the mold a little bit more, getting more creative with the hyper layouts, because it used to just be, you know, all out and back coasters. So, but yeah, I think Raging Bull has an awesome layout. I think it looks like a fun ride, even if it doesn't have great airtime besides the first drop. Yeah. 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 Cedar Point opened today on 2018. Yeah. Cause, Steel Vengeance opened to the public May 5th. Yeah. Yep. The infamous opening day. All right. See you, MC. Good having you here. How fast is the Dorney coaster supposed to be? We don't know that. I mean, we don't know that from the blueprints. All we know is a height. So, I mean, I would guess it would probably be around 50, 50 some miles an hour, maybe. Just an educated guess, but don't know. Coaster Lover, you're going to make an expectation versus reality video for 2020. That'll be interesting to see at the end of the year. Yeah. Jared says in the back row, you will get flung out of your seat. That drop is insane. Look at Airtime Thrills. He put Raging Bull's drop at number 4 on top 10 drops. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about the Raging Bull drop in the back seat specifically. I heard that airtime is amazing. So, Is he part of the maintenance crew? No, Chris. Coaster Lover 2001 is a mod. I made him a moderator the other night on my live stream because there was somebody who kept spamming the live chat. And when you're trying to like run a live stream and you're also trying to take care of spammers, and the spammer was a really big problem. Uh Basically it was somebody making a bunch of fake accounts and kept getting on here and spamming the chat, and then we'd block him. He'd come back on with another account. So I made like two people a moderator, and he's still a moderator on there. You know, so that way they can help me with spammers and whatnot, because that's been an issue recently. So maybe he could be part of a maintenance crew one day. Maybe one day I'll hire him as my maintenance department. But right now he's a moderator. So what do you want to be a moderator, Chris? Do you want to be part of my maintenance crew? Man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is maintenance, honestly. Yeah. I mean, a moderator is maintaining the integrity of the chat. So cleaning out the riffraff, exactly. Don't get lippy with him. He just might block you. Yeah, Elitch Gardens #1 park. That was, yeah, one of the spammers. Yeah, that guy's, or whoever it is, has been everywhere. Yeah. They don't have anything better to do, apparently. All right, this is officially the longest one as of a few minutes ago. So awesome! I'm having a good time on this one. This is good. Still have a lot of people in here too. That's good to see. Mods versus rockers. Play the Iron Maiden Trooper guitar riff. That's an amazing riff. I don't know how to play it though. So, well, let me look it up and I'll try to learn it. Learn the riff from Iron Maiden's The Trooper. That is one of the best riffs all time, I'd have to say. It's pretty simple, I think. Pretty simple. Let's check it out. I got it tuned to standard for this riff. All right, let's learn this riff. Yeah. Kick him out, wrench boy. Kick him out. Not really. I'm just joking. Do I like, you know what? I do like Camrys. Thank you very much. All right. Those are nice cars. So get the hell out of here. Okay. Let's do the Trooper. Let's try it out. Okay. That's the first part of the riff. Yeah, pretty simple, like I thought. Play and sing Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades. I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing and play. I can't do that. Okay, Chippewa Lake and Geauga Lake would be your home parks, huh? Nice. I miss Geauga Lake. Do I like Honda Accords? Yeah, yeah, I like them. I'm not really a car person. I like a lot of cars, like, as long as they're good on gas and get you from place to place, whatever, I guess. As long as it's safe and everything. Led Zeppelin is great. I mean, I don't listen to that kind of music as much anymore, like the classic rock, but I mean, Led Zeppelin's awesome. When I was in like 7th, 8th grade, I used to listen to him more. I kind of got it. Dance? Can I play and dance? That just sounds, I don't think I'm going to embarrass myself. I thought about doing it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Stairway to Heaven, huh? Yeah, Stamford Bridge, there are still ruins of Chippewa Lake. I was actually saying before he was talking about Chippewa Lake, and I've actually seen Chippewa Lake in person many times. My dad has driven me up there. And I saw it when Big Dipper was still standing, actually. They had Big Dipper for, over 30 years after the park closed. And they just finally tore it down like in the 2010s. But I saw it many times when Big Dipper was still standing. And in the woods, they still have like the Ferris wheel, a turtle ride, a wild mouse. I mean, it's really creepy. And my dad actually went there when he was very, very little. So yeah, it was open for 100 years. It opened in 1878, closed in 1978. So I did know the Memphis Kitty Park is an Ace Coaster landmark. Yes, I actually have that credit. I went to Memphis Kitty Park. We stopped by there one time. At the time, I was like, we had my little brother too, so he was younger than me, obviously, my little brother. But yeah, I was like 10, 11 or so at the time. So I have that kitty credit at Memphis Kitty Park. So I do not have a TikTok account. I don't want to, I don't want to get into that. There's some funny videos I've seen from there, but it's not really my jam. Big Dipper was not relocated, unfortunately. Yeah, 100 years. I saw some pictures online really, really long time ago where somebody had went into like the old, before it burnt down, like one of the old buildings that was still standing at Chippewa Lake, and they found a bunch of stuff that the park had, and there were like these 100th anniversary like cups or something like that, and it was pretty cool. Like there was a bunch of these cups in there from their 100th anniversary, and just imagine celebrating that and then having to close. I mean, it stinks. So that Arrow inverted coaster, I know what you're talking about. Does didn't look very good, to be honest. Yeah, Little Dipper was relocated from another park. Yep. Do is it me or Haley that stays up later and gets up first? Typically, I go to bed first and get up first. Typically, it's kind of messed up right now since I haven't been working for a while, but it depends though. I've been staying up at crazy times, getting up at crazy times. You got the Memphis Kitty Park credit at 40 or 41. Nice. Stanford Bridge says, I've said it many times before, but Ohio must have more defunct parks than any other state. Someday I'd like to confirm that as a fact. Well, we can use RCDB to check that out. I think that could be possible, though. Ohio has so many defunct parks. I mean, you know, like 50, 60 years ago, well, not even that, just like 40, 45 years ago, there would have been parks everywhere around where I live. I mean, I would have had so many parks to go to, you know. So many amusement parks have died off. It's really sad. It is. There used to be something like 3,000 parks in the US at one point, and now it's like less than 500, you know. PA, oh, I could see that. PA does have a ton of defunct amusement parks. They might have more, yeah. Mashed po chicken. That sounds amazing. I do plan on getting to Six Flags parks eventually. Yeah. Wicked Twister did not fly off the top during testing. I don't know where you heard that. That give me the source if it happened. It didn't happen though. I don't know where you got that. Chaos says, "What defunct park would you have wanted to visit the most, and what park would you bring back?" Hard Rock Park. I really would have liked to visit Hard Rock Park, and I guess I'd bring back Geauga Lake. Yeah. It's right. Oh yeah, Wikipedia is always accurate. Yeah, Euclid Beach. Euclid Beach looked awesome. I would have loved to experience those coasters there. Look, such a classic park. Yeah, that closed in '78 as well, I believe. It was in the '70s that it closed. There was Idora Park, which had the Wildcat. Wildcat from Idora looked so good. It looked like an awesome ride. Yeah, it'd be cool to see you around the parks whenever we can get back out there. Absolutely. Tim K says RCDB says PA has 80 defunct to Ohio's 53. Okay, wow, 80 defunct parks. Holy crap. I mean, 53 is still ridiculous. Wow. Somebody tried to bring back Geauga Lake with a GoFundMe. It's not happening. Yeah, there's people trying to bring back Geauga Lake. That's such a big undertaking. I mean, it's just unrealistic. And as far as the property Geauga Lake sat on, Cedar Fair still owns that property and they're selling it in pieces. They're not going to allow another amusement park to come in there. They're selling that property in pieces. So Yeah, Led Zeppelin coaster was at Hard Rock. Yep. Millennium Force, a 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's an awesome ride. I did a review on it. Go check it out. Beach Bend. Yeah, Beach Bend. Yeah. Oh, it's the worst park, somebody says. Oh, it's the worst theme park name. Okay. Wildcat at Hershey Park. A hyper wild mouse with huge dips and intense turns. Oh, that sounds painful. Sounds awful. The outdoor theater at Chippewa Lake. I think I've seen a picture of that. Yeah, it is really creepy. It has like those cages and stuff. Yeah. Huh. The worst VCI? Probably Roar at Six Flags America. I would say Roar. All right. Night, Tim. Thanks for joining. Good having you here as usual. Oh, that was a ride. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Stanford says Beach Bend is one of the smallest parks I've ever been to, beaten by Quasi, which is probably the smallest permanent park I've seen. Or maybe Scandia. Interesting. Okay. Quasi looks like such a nice park, even though it's really small. It looks really nice. And Wooden Warrior looks like an awesome ride, I have to say. Really, one of those small family gravity groups. That looks like a fun ride for sure. The Trooper, yes. The Trooper. The clown painted on it. Okay. I'd have to look at that again. Oh, who is it? Who is it? Well, careful. Yeah. Here she is.
Hey.
A couple people have asked about you or mentioned you, so here she is.
People care about my existence?
Yeah, they do. So here she is. People have asked about her.
I'm just,
Let's see who's in here.
living my best quarantine life. Hi. There's only one chair. So I keep squatting.
Yeah.
I'm not
There's
good at squatting.
one chair. When we did our videos in here, we had to like get super close in here and like sit all weird and everything. And I was like kneeled on the floor trying to fit in the frame. Yeah. Chris says sup. Did you guys like the quiz? Haley's coaster quiz?
I'm sorry. I know it was terrible.
You knew a couple of the answers and you didn't answer them.
That's because I thought they were wrong answers.
Yeah,
Club
but
anxiety.
but you knew him. She knew King Deka, and she didn't say it. So frustrating.
I was a little high at the time.
She was not. People are saying hi and sup.
Hi, the Crazy Coaster, and hi, Jared Alba, and hi, Rings of Earth. That's
Rings
who I
of
see
Earth.
right now. Oh, and Stamford Bridge. And
Yeah.
Coaster Lover 2001.
Yeah.
Those are the ones
All
I
the-
see. Hi to all of
A
you.
lot of these people are in here all the time. Let's see. At Six Flags Great America, riding Mardi Gras hangover in the ride up, checked my restraint. Seatbelt came out. He asked me if I wanted flying lessons. All right. Yeah, exactly. Anyone can edit it on Wikipedia. Wicked Twister did not fly off the track. Did not happen. There are many checks in place for that.
You invited me in here.
I've been violated.
You go here and then you go.
Did you get my wax?
I don't know.
Lick your.
Taste it.
Ah. Get out of here.
Love you.
Man. Eat my earwax. Gross. No, don't do that. Chris says give him a titty twister. It's not happening. Don't give her any ideas. This is not what I expected to return to. Yeah, wasn't what I expected either. A link to the video, I'll allow it. Smoke on the water. All right. I'll do my own little take on it. Sort of. Not really, but. Yep, the smoke on the water. Probably the most. Yep, first guitar riff I learned. Yeah, that didn't happen. I love to know where these stories are coming from. Yeah, I'm glad he enjoyed it. Glad he enjoyed it. Here's my change cup. There. Throw some change in there. Got it? Got it. All right. Yeah, let's check it out, Crazy Coaster. As far as wait. Wipeout is my favorite ride. Oh, Wipeout. Ooh, I don't like that one. Yeah, Celebration City. I'm sad that that park had to close after 5 years. The Ozark Wildcat looked amazing. Also looking GCI. I watched a demolition video of Ozark Wildcat, which sad to watch, by the way. But that thing, they had to fight. That crane had to fight with that thing so hard. I mean, to me, that just speaks to the quality of how well those GCIs are built, because they had such a hard time tearing down that lift structure for Ozark Wildcat. I mean, it took forever. But then you watch the video of Son of Beast being demolished, and it's like freaking toothpicks. I mean, it's like they just give it a little push and the whole lift hill just comes toppling down. But with Ozark Wildcat, I mean, they put up a fight with that to get that thing down. I mean, like it was pretty sturdy. It was pretty sturdy. Just how it should be. But Son of Beast, it just came toppling down. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, the demolition videos are really sad. I do get emotional during some of those. They're especially Ozark Wildcat, because I know that was a good ride. I mean, it was an awesome looking GCI. So Stanford Bridge, did you ride Ozark Wildcat? Did you get a chance to ride that? Let us know. I wish that could have been relocated, because it was only 5 years old when that park closed. I mean, the park only lasted for 5 years. So you didn't? Oh man. Did you ride Hurricane at Dania Beach? The Dania Beach Hurricane? Yeah, candemonium testing. I talked about that earlier. It looks phenomenal. So phenomenal. 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 All right, I'll check it out later, Crazy Coaster. I might have even seen it before. I'm not sure, because I've watched some videos about it. Okay, yeah. I have watched that. Yeah, I watched that video. I think I probably even commented on it, like, as probably as my other channel. I think it was before I started Coaster Daddy, but I might have even left a comment by Launch Ramp Productions, that video. Yeah, I'm looking on that Chippewa Lake video to see if I commented, because I remember watching this a long time ago. Well, it was only uploaded 11 months ago, but a while ago, I suppose. Oh yeah, Afterburn is my favorite invert I've been on. Yeah. I've been on the two Ohio inverts and Afterburn is my favorite. Yeah. Definitely agree on that. Oh, Ozark Wildcat was demolished in 2015. Okay. I didn't realize that. I was thinking it was, you know, yeah. Oh, that's right. It said 11 years ago. So it was a while ago I watched it. Yeah. It's 11 years, not 11 months. Yeah. Watermelon and good vibes. I love watermelon, man. Good stuff. I don't know much about Planet Oasis. Topper track or iBox track, which do I prefer? I don't think one is better than the other. I think they're both great. They're both pretty much the same thing, just one is wood, obviously. But same technology and build, basically. Um, I think both are good for what they are. I mean, I love a wooden coaster, so the wooden topper track coaster that I've been on is great. And the iBox is great for the conversions because it makes old rides new again. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, me and you rank them the same too then, because my Afterburn's my favorite invert. Then after that is Banshee, and then Raptor. Closely behind Banshee. So, um, let me look up. Let me look up my ranking here, and I can tell you where I have those placed. I mean, you see them, or at least a couple of those anyway, in my top 15 coaster video somewhere as an honorable mention or in the list. But let's check it out. You have Raptor at 30? Okay. That's fair. That's all right. All right, so I have Afterburn currently at number 14, Banshee at 17, and Raptor at 25. So I have Intimidator at number 24. I was talking about Intimidator earlier, how it doesn't crack my top 20. It's at number 24. So yeah, Raptor is right in between Intimidator and Thunderbolt. And honestly, I think I might like Raptor better than Intimidator. Honestly, I should probably have Raptor at 24 and Intimidator at 25, to be honest. I don't know. And even Thunderbolt at 26, maybe I feel like maybe even that should be above Intimidator. Like Intimidator is all right, it's fun, but just really underwhelming, honestly. Not voting for that, sorry. uh Hey, it's all right, man. You're not obligated to, make all my live streams. So, but I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. People are starting to drop off a little bit, but we still got quite a few people in here. Almost 3 hours in. We're closing in on 3 hours almost. Well, 139 years. That's including the time since it's closed, obviously. So I don't know why they said that, but yeah, because it closed 30. Well, now it's been 42 years ago. So no, I don't play game. The only game I don't even really play it, honestly, is Planet Coaster. I barely ever play that. That's it. And RCT2 I was back into for a while a couple years ago. Open RCT2. See, Coaster Lover 2001. Oh wow, he's been on quite a few. He says being inverts I've ridden so far ranked. Number 1 Montu, number 2 Great Bear, number 3/4 Raptor or Banshee, number 5 Batman the Ride, Six Flags Great America, 6 Chinese Fireball, 7 Hungarian Horntail. Chinese Fireball looked awesome. That looked like a really cool invert. Yeah. At 5,000 subs, 24-hour live stream. No. No. Unless I'm getting paid good money for that. I better be getting paid good for that. You got in that little thing in the chat there, guys. Gary says Alpengeist is pretty good, especially the first drop. It looks awesome. I think Alpengeist looks great. And it gets a little bit of hate, but I think it looks like a fine ride, honestly. It looks awesome, awesome, awesome. Pretty intense looking too, actually. I mean, the inverts are just intense by nature. They're some of the most intense rides I've been on. Jared says, I really miss Dueling Dragons. I don't like the replacement for it. I don't care for Harry Potter. I like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Dogman, though. Rings of Earth ranks the two inverts he's ridden as number one, Great Bear, number two, Batman Ride, Six Flags Great Adventure. Nice. Can't wait to experience one of the Batmans. Look awesome. And Talon looks pretty cool too, honestly. It looks kind of underrated. I mean, it looks like a middle of the pack or lower tier invert, but it still looks awesome. So, Batman Six Flags Magic Mountain, nice. That one looks really good with its color scheme, actually. It's really cool looking. Dueling Dragons or Dragon Challenge? Dueling Dragons by far. Yeah. Yep, Dueling Dragons. Classic there. Very iconic ride. It's so crazy that that ride is gone. I mean, still it's so hard to believe still, that I don't know, it was just so iconic, such a classic ride. Freaking B&M, the only defunct B&Ms. Let's see. Yeah, Stanford Bridge, I agree. Stanford Bridge says, it's amazing how many people have commented on that abandoned Chippewa Lake video. I tried scrolling down to see if I commented and just endless. Yeah, I was just doing the same exact thing actually to see if I commented and I could not reach the end. I'm like, oh my God, because I swear I've watched that. I'm pretty positive I watched that, and I'm like, maybe I commented on it. But yeah, there's so many. There's like over 900 comments on that video. It's crazy. Oh, what's up? Attraction Ideas. Attraction Ideas is in here. His channel is amazing. He says, honestly, if Dueling Dragons didn't get shut down, it'd probably be my top invert. Really? Okay. Both sides? You like both sides just as much? Did you prefer? I think Fireball looked freaking awesome. It was a awesome looking ride. I mean, both of them were cool looking. What wooden coaster should be RMC next? Go check out my video. I did a video about that. Honestly, there's too many options, I think. Not that I think nearly all of those will happen, but there's a lot of options though. That Chippewa Lake video actually has 919 comments right now, and the channel has 919 subscribers. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Batman the Ride is Great America is my favorite invert. I've rode Raptor and Montu. The reason is during holiday at the park, last ride of the day made me black out some parts. The ride was ridiculous. Yeah, it looks like a really intense ride. Oh yeah, I'm sure Dueling Dragons was a lot more reliable than Hagrid's. Yeah, Hagrid's is such a complicated ride system. You liked both equally? Okay, cool. Yeah, they looked like such fun rides. It's like I said, it's crazy that they're gone now. Really iconic rides. I haven't heard that the blue side was bad. I've just heard that people prefer the red side mostly over the blue side. My thoughts on the first roller coaster on the moon. Coaster kids dislike the blue side. Okay. You yeah, you were on the moon. That's right. Chris is back. All right. Man, this we're almost at 3 hours. I can't believe this. This is awesome. I'm having a great time though. I've This is crazy. Almost 3 hours. I love it. I love it. No, that's 500,000 views, Crazy Coaster. 583,000 views, but they have 919 subs. Yeah, Stanford Bridge said it right there. That's all you have to look at is his answer. So exactly. Let's see. Chaos says you have to have one of the best, most active coaster communities. I do try to keep, everything active and positive, and I like to see people discussing things because to me, what would I see channels that post stuff and they don't interact with the audience at all. And it's kind of like, what's the point of having this if you're not gonna like take part in the discussion? To me, that's like kind of what it's all about. So that's how I feel about it anyway. Powered coaster could work on the moon. Maybe you should make a video about that, AI. That would be a good video for you. And I really want to see that Copperhead Strike video. I really want to see that theming on a budget because that ride has awesome theming. Coaster Lover 2001 listed his elements and moments he's great out. I-305's turn and Vertigo's Cobra Roll and Loop. Backlot's Helix, yes, yes. And Scorpion's Final Helix. Millennium Force's first Overbank. Yeah, sounds accurate. Yeah, and Vertigo is pretty intense. Those boomerangs are kind of intense rides, even though I'm not a huge fan of them. They're pretty darn intense. Oh, Crazy Coaster said someone recreated a No Limits of Big Dipper at Chippewa Lake. I gotta check that out. I'm gonna look that up because I want to see that. I've always been curious about that ride. I'm gonna look that up right now. Here we go. 11 months ago. All right. Oh, they even have like the head on the train. That's cool. My 100th coaster was supposed to be El Toro in June. I don't know what it's gonna be now. I don't know. Here we go. I'm watching the Chippewa Lake Big Dipper recreation. This is awesome. There's a little tunnel at the beginning. Like a lot of these old school coasters have these long tunnels to start the ride off. Yeah, this coaster was only like 50 feet tall, so it's pretty small. I mean, for them for the time that it opened, you know, it was pretty big, but it's a small ride. Man, this is awesome. They it's all creepy too, this No Limits recreation because it kind of looks like it does now where everything's just sort of overgrown. It's just trees around it and there's nothing else around. So it's kind of eerie to like see it running like this on No Limits. And it's still kind of just in the middle of the trees, you know, with nothing else around. So if this is really what the ride was like, this looks pretty cool. I bet there was some good airtime on here. Man, that is awesome. I've never seen that. Now, okay, 1925 it opened, so the same year as Big Dipper at Geauga Lake. Obviously, it closed much earlier, but was torn down around the same time. Funnily enough, funnily. Chaos says no offense, but I hope you don't get too big because I can't not imagine you trying to do this with hundreds of people. Yeah, that would be insane. I can only imagine that. Uh, Jared says a wooden intimate prefab Giga would be insane. Huge airtime hills with a lot of airtime, mega switchbacks like oh man, yeah. Over 3 hours now. Wow. Of course I watch El Toro, Ryan. One of the best channels out there. Crazy Coaster's 100th was Copperhead Strike. Nice. Coaster Lover 2001's his 100th was Goliath at Six Flags Great America. Nice. Chaos says his 100 will be Fury 325. Biking Fisherman ate a whole watermelon. Cool. Crazy Coaster said my dad said it had Jackrabbit airtime. Huh. Wow, interesting. How old was your dad when he wrote it? Do you know? If he went in its last year, 1978, like do you know about how old he would have been? This is an insane live stream. It is freaking insane. It is. It's insane. Insane. In the brain. He was little. Okay. Very, very young. Oh, he was born in 67. Yeah, so when it closed, he would have only been 11 years old, so this live stream is extreme. Yeah, like X2. X2 extreme. I don't know what I'm doing. uh Wonder if that would cost more on a prefab Giga or B&M Giga. I don't know. Oh, what would cost more? Yeah. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Uh I'm guessing around the same, but I don't know. Biking Fisherman says, have you ridden Wildcat? If so, what were your thoughts on it? I rode Wildcat at Cedar Point many, many times, and it was a really, really fun ride. I loved it. Missed that ride. Really fun. Yeah. Good times on that ride. It's the only coaster where I've been evacuated from the lift hill, and it stopped like right at the bottom. That was a long time ago, like probably 12 years ago that happened. 12, 13, like 13 years ago, actually. It was their last years. Okay. Jared says the only park I've been to, Six Flags Great America. It's also my home park. Nice, good home park. The Wild Mouse had more downtime than Dragster. Wow. Biking Fisherman says I don't understand how Arrow went bankrupt just because of X. Well, Six Flags Magic Mountain actually sued them, which I think is what really did them in. I mean, they already weren't in a good place, and it was inevitable. It was going to happen anyway, and maybe X still would have done that to them, But the thing is, X was such a huge ride, and they didn't have the resources to make a ride that big, really, even though they were doing it for the park. Um, and they weren't, and yeah, they ended up getting sued by the park during construction. The park finished the construction themselves. It was kind of a mess, but it really was the final nail in the coffin for aerodynamics. So yeah, X killed that company, but they went out on an awesome note for sure. So with Alan Schilke designing that. So all right. Well, guys, I'm going to end this now. We've been here for 3 hours and 6 minutes. That's insane. I've never went nearly this long before. It's awesome. I've had an awesome time. And thank you guys all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You guys are really what has made the show so much fun. Um, yeah, it's been incredible. One of my favorite live streams I've done, to be honest with you. It's been awesome. I had lots of fun tonight. So thank you guys again for joining me. Um, and I will see you next time. Be on the lookout for a new video that's going to be coming out today, the 6th. It'll be coming out sometime, probably in the evening. Um, so yeah. All right, hey, night, Chris. I'm surprised to still see you here. But yeah, it's been fun. So I will see you guys next time. All right, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. Stay safe. All right, night, guys.